I want to literally gouge my eyes out. I want to literally pull all of the hair follicles out of my head because that is how bad this game was. That is how poor this team has been playing over the past stretch of games. The Flyers lose today in embarrassing fashion by a score of 6-1 to the Boston Bruins. This is the first time probably in his entire career that we saw Carter Hart literally showcase his frustration on the ice, showcased how pissed he was, just showcase how mad this guy was for how terrible his team has been playing in front of him. And this frustration probably has been building up for quite a few games. Because, yes, Carter Hart, he hasn't had it in the past few games. But it's not all on Carter Hart. The team in front of him has been playing outrageously bad. Incredibly bad. An entire crapshoot in front of him. Losing the one-on-one battles. Leaving guys wide open in front of the net. Forcing Carter Hart to make these sprawling saves to where he is not always going to stop him. Yes, he didn't have his best game tonight. Yes, there are definitely goals that he would like back. He definitely mentioned there are goals that he would like back, and Carter Hart is always going to be the guy that says, I have to play better. Because he is the type of guy that will say that. He needs to play better. The entire team needs to play better in front of Carter Hart. This isn't sustainable. It's not. You cannot win games like this. And it's showcasing in front of them on how terrible they played today. And Kevin Hayes said it perfectly. This is a game of one-on-one battles, and they lost every single battle in this game. This game was atrocious. It was terrible. This team needs to find a way to fix it. Yeah, I know it's 6 games into the season, but the mistakes keep happening again and again and again and again and again and again. It's getting tiresome. It's a 56-game season. Every single point matters. And yes, the loss of Sean Couturier, the loss of Phil Myers, and definitely the loss of Matt Niskanen retiring is hurting this team right now. But the loss of Sean Couturier and the loss of Phil Myers doesn't mean the entire team has to play like absolute crap. Missing Sean Couturier, I know he's a Selke winning forward. I know that. But there are 12 other forwards that are capable of playing legitimate hockey out there. To put that effort out on the ice, that effort that I just watched tonight, it's absolutely embarrassing. They played like absolute shit. They looked terrible the entire night. Losing all the one-on-one battles. No effort. Just absolute no effort at all. They looked like absolute crap. And I don't blame Carter Hart for showing that frustration. Hell, I applaud him for showing that frustration because that's a message to the damn team to wake it the hell up. And I'm going to show it to you right here on the screen, right here in the bottom corner, on how pissed Carter Hart was. Because he was definitely pissed. Slamming his stick on the post, basically breaking it into so many pieces, and then walking up to the boards, throwing the stick at the boards. Oh, he was pissed. And I applaud him for doing that. I definitely do. Because he deserves it. He deserves to be that pissed for how bad the team has been playing in front of him. It's an embarrassment on how bad they're playing in front of him. It's embarrassing. Losing 6-1. And yeah, Carter Hart let in some soft goals today. But there were a lot of other goals where there were so many defensive breakdowns in front of him. How many penalties did we allow to Boston today? 4. How many times did they score on their power plays? 3. Our penalty kill has been atrocious as well this season. Having a line of Eric Gustafsson and Justin Braun is vomit worth. To how many times they lose one-on-one battles. How many times one of those two players overcommits to a play and it leads to a goal on their side. Wake it the hell up. Because it's getting old. This team is way better than what they're showcasing. Missing Sean Couturier, it sucks. But you have 12 other forwards that know how to play this system. And missing Sean Couturier shouldn't be the key to why you're playing this badly. It shouldn't be. Because this team is way better than this. Way better than this. And just looking throughout the entire game, early power play for Boston. Patrice Bergeron scores. Look at the face-off right there. The Flyers didn't win it. Claude Giroux lost the battle with Patrice Bergeron, and look where it ended up, in the back of your net. Win the damn face-offs when it matters. Yeah, the Flyers were better in face-offs today, but they didn't win the face-offs that matter, especially on that power play. G literally getting destroyed off of the puck right there, and it goes into the back of your net. You're 1-0 in the intermission. Not getting that many chances. Not getting that many shots on net. Oh, but you managed to tie the game early because what? You actually took a chance and put the puck onto the net. And what happens? It goes off of the stick of Kevin Hayes and you tie the game. But not that long after, it's Craig Smith getting a goal. Because, defensive breakdowns. Incredible defensive breakdowns. Ivan Provorov trying to push away Charlie Coyle somehow gets a perfect pass over to the stick of Craig Smith and he buries it into the empty net. Yeah, should Carter Hart maybe have positioned himself a little bit better on that play? Yeah. But I think Ivan Provorov was the guy. And honestly, Ivan Provorov hasn't been that good to start the season. I think Travis Sanheim has been overall our best defenseman. Ivan Provorov is adjusting to not having Matt Niskanen. He definitely is. And I don't want to hate on the guy, but he has to pick it up. The entire team has to pick it up. That defensive play on Charlie Coyle, yeah, it's a great pass by Coyle, but Ivan Provorov needs to play that man better. He does. There should be no way in hell that Coyle gets that pass off. No way in hell. Absolutely no way in hell. And then another defensive breakdown later in the period. Somehow, got Frederick just throwing the puck onto the neck. It goes off of the stick of Erik Gustafsson, and then somehow Charlie Coyle manages to redirect the puck above Carter Hart and into the net. 3-1 Boston. And the Flyers get power plays in this game. They did. Oh, but those power plays weren't pretty. Maybe the first 20 seconds of the first power play they got in this game, that was the best the power play looked. The entire time, puck goes out of the zone, and for some reason in hell, they couldn't figure out how to get out of their own damn zone on the power play. They couldn't transition, couldn't even get out of their own zone and into the neutral zone, for a matter of fact. Couldn't find a way to get it, and once they got it into the zone, went right out. Right out. Bad. Just absolutely bad. And you're down 3-1 going into the third, and the third doesn't get much better from here. It just doesn't. It really doesn't. You got Brad Marchand coming down the left side for a partial breakaway. The shot goes wide and misses. It takes a weird bounce. Erik Gustafsson loses a battle. Justin Braun loses a one-on-one battle. And then it comes out for a Patrice Bergeron, handing it over to Brad Marchand for an easy put-in. Both Braun, both Gustafsson lose a one-on-one battle? What? Am I shocked? No. Is it garbage? Yes. Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And then you take a terrible penalty, and then they go on the power play once again. This is definitely a goal Carter Hart would want back because it's Brad Marchand just putting it right in. Just taking the shot from the right side, goes right past Carter Hart. That's a goal he definitely would want back. And then another power play late for Boston. Carter Hart, there's a shot from Marchand. Carter Hart initially has the shot. It trickles behind him, and then Patrice Bergeron manages to put it in. 6-1 Boston. This game was absolute trash. It was. And the one positive, I guess you could say, is that Boston didn't have 30-plus to 40-plus shots in this game, which is a benefit, I guess. But they scored 6 goals. You don't have to have 40-plus shots when you're putting the puck into the net. You don't have to try that much. Because, honestly, the Flyers gave no effort in this game. They looked absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. And you have Alain Vigneault mixing up the lines a little bit once again. You have Michael Raffl on the line with Kevin Hayes and Jake Voracek. You have Joel Farabee on the fourth line with Butterman and Nicolas Aube-Kubel. Scott Lawton with G and JVR. You still have that Patrick line with Konechny and Lindblom, but no one looked good today. No one did. And yeah, Carter Hart didn't look good today either, but I don't blame him majority for this game because the entire team left him out to dry. And that's understandable why a guy like that would so much frustration, because in 4 of the games that he has played this year, he has faced 30 or more shots. 30 or more shots. When you go back to the team last year, Carter Hart barely had to face games like that. He barely had any games like that because the team was much better defensively last year. Now for the first 6 games of the season, they kind of suck defensively. They do. Missing Matt Niskanen, it does hurt a lot. It hurts them a lot. Losing Phil Myers, it hurts a lot. And when you have a pairing of Justin Braun and Eric Gustafsson, you know that defensive pair is going to suck. You just know it. And Mark Friedman didn't have that good of a bounce back game from when he came out early from the last game against the Bruins. Didn't have that good of a game. He was kind of exposed. Boston was forechecking him. He was turning the puck over, taking some stupid, obnoxious penalties when he's trying to get the team riled up, and he just continues to go at it when no one is just basically going after him, and he takes a penalty because of it. This team needs to be way better. This team is way better than what they're showcasing. But the main question coming into the season was going to be what their defense was going to look like, how the loss of Matt Niskanen was going to affect them, and right now that's kind of showing. And I know, and like I keep saying, it sucks that you don't have Couturier. It sucks that you don't have Myers. Be better. You have 11 to 12 out of forwards that can play better. Losing Sean Couturier doesn't mean the rest of your forwards can play like absolute shit. It doesn't make an excuse. This team knows they're better than this. They have 2 days off before they play the Devils on Tuesday. If this slop continues into that Devils series, and the Devils don't have Mackenzie Blackwood, he's on the COVID list, so I'm assuming he's not going to be on the roster for those 2 games. And they're going to be facing a backup. If the Flyers bring that trash into the Devils series, I wouldn't be surprised if Chuck Fletcher starts making some phone calls. I wouldn't be surprised. Because this cannot continue. Yeah, it's still early into the season, but it's a 56-game season, and every point matters. Every single point matters. And right now, like I said, I don't expect anyone in this division to run away with it. It's going to be neck and neck as the rest of the season goes along. But if you start losing and losing and playing like crap so consistently, because this type of play is not sustainable, it just isn't. And if you find yourself losing in these losing stretches, you're going to have to find a way to climb back up, because it's going to be difficult. And you better be ready for that journey. This team better be ready to go against the New Jersey Devils. Gotta be different. You gotta be better. And we know they're better. Absolutely, they're better than this. And I know right now this is just pure anger. This is pure raw reaction. And as I talk about this right now, I still believe this Flyers team is a playoff team. They're just playing like shit right now. I still believe they're one of the better teams, though. They got to pick it up. They got to be better, because we know they can play better. Because look at how good they played last year. We know they can play to that level. They just got to show effort, because they haven't been showing effort. They got to be much better than this. They definitely do. They have to. Because it's frustrating, and it's getting old. It's getting very old. Your first 6 games of the season, because the same mistakes, they're popping up again and again and again and again and again and again. Every game, the same mistakes keep happening. And that's becoming a problem. And it's becoming obvious. And there's got to be some type of fix. Who knows? Maybe this 2 days off helps them a little bit. I honestly would expect Alain Vigneault to go with Brian Elliott to start the Devils series, just to give Carter Hart a couple days off. I can honestly see that happening. But Carter Hart definitely deserves to show that frustration, because the team in front of him has been playing like absolute crap. So, and I don't blame him either. So, what are your thoughts on this Flyers game? What are your thoughts on the Flyers so far to start the season? I know they're definitely frustrating you, so I want to hear your thoughts and opinions. So don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to check out the Painted Lines, which I am a part of. Their links will be down in the description below. We had our Flyers watch party today. It was a good time, even though the game was absolutely terrible. It's a good time just hanging out with the chat, the live chat right there. So definitely a nice time. Don't forget to check out the Fired Up Podcast merchandise website. That link is also in the description below. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I will see you next time.